Okay.
All right, you're good to go.
Awesome. Okay. Hey, everyone. Good morning. I am Genevieve, and you are here with us, the KC Oasis crowd. And I'm very pleased to welcome you to our Zoom meeting this morning, and those joining from Facebook Live to hang out with us KC Oasians. The human experience is better when it is shared, and we are so pleased that you have chosen to share it with us this morning. We are a place where we can gather around our 5 values, which are people are more important than beliefs, more meaning comes from making a difference, reality is known through reason, human hands solve human problems, and be accepting and be accepted. Today we've got a great meeting presentation for you today. We have Nicole Springer, who will be not only singing, but telling us, giving us a report about her awesome organization, No Shame. So we'll get to hear about that, and that'll be awesome because I know the last time I got to hear about it was during COVID. So I'm very curious how that's affected No Shame and all that. So we'll learn more about that. And then our community moment will be with Jude Lane. And before we get started with music, usually when it comes to MCs, we get kind of dressed up a little. I did wash my hair, but I thought it would be good to wear my Oasis merch. Maybe you're thinking about, I know everybody's saying, get your holiday shopping done early. And I thought, oh, hey, maybe if you want to go check out the kcoasis.org webpage, I think there might be some merch there. And yeah, be thinking about that. Oh, some people don't brush their hair, I've been told. My, okay. But it might look good, up in a ugly bun or whatever. But okay, great. So let's continue. Let's talk a little bit about Nicole before we have her do her magic. Nicole Springer is an award-winning singer, songwriter, and founder of an organization in Kansas City called No Shame, a period project. Today, Nicole will give us an update on where the organization is now and where it's headed. In Nicole's early adulthood, she struggled with poverty, temporary health. Oh, this might all be more with the No Shame part. But let's just say this, as somebody that has heard Nicole play, not only at Oasis, but in other public events, it's just been awesome. No matter where she is, the sound is just oof. I'm always into it. And she does not only good stuff on her own, but I would say covers as well. She can do it all. So I hope that's a good enough introduction for you, Nicole. We'd love to hear you play.
Hey, thank you so much, Genevieve. That was a wonderful introduction, and it's an honor to be here with a community that shares my values, and it's a pleasure, of course. Thank you for the support and the opportunity to talk about No Shame here in a little bit, but first I'm going to start with a song that I just released as a single. It's called Good Time, and it's about mental health journey, which is kind of what everything that I pursue is about, getting that peace and finding that joy in life. So it's called Good Time, and I hope you like it. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, there's no use in drowning in what's yet to come. You're still treading water, and there's air in your lungs. You got time. It's easy, you're gonna be fine. You know where you came from, the storms you've lived through. Just loosen your grip on the past, it's nowhere near you. Yeah, you've got time. You can leave it all behind. Oh, let it wash away like a passing wave. Carry you to a better day, when that warm sun is gonna shine. You're gonna find you a good time. It's so good, it's a good time. It's so good, it's a good time. Oh, let it wash away like a passing word. It will carry you to a better day. Oh, when that warm sun is gonna shine, you're gonna find you a good time. It's so good, it's so good, a good time. It's so good, it's so good, a good time. Thank you.
So fantastic. I mean, perfection. Yeah.
As long as the sound's coming through for your, okay, perfect. All right.
No. I think it was so wonderful. I don't think anybody had a bad time listening. Yeah, it was all good.
Very cool. Very cool. Do I do my second song now?
Yes, you do.
Yes.
But by the way, if anybody, I'd love to have her link. It's in the chat. So if somebody's already thinking, ooh la la, I want to leave a tip, can we make that happen? Do you have like a pen pal or PayPal?
Yeah. I need a pen pal. So if you want to be a pen pal, let me know. Yeah, I did. Jason, you got that, I think. I sent. Okay,
great.
he's got it. Yeah.
Super. Okay.
Cool, I
All right.
appreciate that.
Yeah, let's hear that next song, Nicole.
Let's do it. So this next song, I'm going to Nashville in December, and I've been working with a songwriter who's written for people like Garth Brooks and such. And we wrote this together, and I'm taking it down with me. So I'm real excited. I hope you like it. It's called Breakup Museum. If you really want to get to know me, take a look into my past. Examine all the pieces of every promise that didn't last. It's all right here for the finding, a broken story on display. Enter if you're willing to see what helped me find my way. Or take your time, walk around, get to know me. These memories will tell you how I got my scars. They're artifacts, I know, they don't own me. You can touch them, feel them, see them in my breakup museum. Look, there's the person who named me, and the friend who cut all ties, and the lover who fooled me with their lying eyes. Look, there's the one that I lost when I needed them most. They try to haunt these halls like an unsettled ghost. So take your time, walk around, get to know me. These memories will tell you how I got on my scars. They're artifacts, I know, they don't own me. You can touch them, feel them, see them in my breakup museum. Oh, this is who I am. This is not a sad song. I'm proud of this collection. It's what makes me so. So take your time, walk around and get to know me. These memories will tell you how I come so far. They're artifacts, I know, they don't own me. You can touch them, feel them, see them. We'll just go ahead and see them. You can touch them, feel them, see them in my breakup museum.
So awesome. I'm a big fan of lyrics. So to take such a cool idea and just run with it, for the song, wow. That's awesome. Yeah.
Hey, I'm really happy. It actually has brought a lot of healing to my life to write that. I didn't know I needed to. That's what art is. It's so cool. It's such a therapy. So thank you. I'm glad you liked it.
I was thinking that in my head, like only an artist would do that, and it's so cool that you share it with us too.
Oh,
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah. Thank you,
well, yeah,
Nicole.
of course, of course.
Okay, we'll hear from you more later.
Definitely.
Okay, so next we're gonna move on. If I am correct in my list of things to do. Yeah, yeah. Oh, announcements. I don't think I received any announcements. Maybe we can do that a little bit later if anybody wants to go ahead and put something into chat, or chat to me directly, and we could talk about it a little bit later if anybody has anything. So I guess I'll skip that for now. And we're going to move on to the community moment. We're going to talk to Jude Lane in a minute, but maybe you're curious about the community moment and what that's all about. So it's a chance for someone from our Oasis community to share something they've learned, or share something about their journey through life, or even maybe a favorite pastime. So if you're interested in sharing your story, I know Mark Dixon is always looking for somebody to come and talk about whatever, and yeah, we always love to hear from all of you, I think, for sure. So, all right, we're moving on to Jude, and I have been given some info about you, Jude. So, I've been told the 3 words that describe you are rat dad, indecisive, and goober. Sorry. I hope you take those with the love that they came through,
Mhm.
Oh, and also I used to be your warning label would be I used to be indecisive, but now I'm not sure anymore. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So
Yep,
great.
those are accurate. I accept them. That's fine. All right. Good morning, everybody. Today I will be sharing something that I find very interesting. Just human accents, and specifically English. And today I'm going to talk about a resource that I really enjoy. I learned about it. I studied English as a second language in university. And so this is one of our resources that we used for some of the things we practiced and studied while we were there. It's called the Speech and Accent Archive. And this is through George Mason University. And it's basically just a giant archive of different people's accents speaking English. And part of this is that we'll look through the website a little bit after we go back to the PowerPoint. But it's just any dialect you can think of, any language you can speak you can think of. People can record themselves saying a specific phrase, so that they're trying different sounds, different pronunciations. They try to cover as many sounds, almost all sounds that that English language uses. In just this one paragraph, so that they can really get an understanding of how your accent translates when you're trying to speak English. And so go back here. And here's the paragraph. And this is something that each of you could try. You could record yourself and say, this is a Kansas City accent in the 2020s. And then you would say your demographics and all of that. And then they're able to add that to the study. And so it's, please call Stella, ask her to bring these things with her from the store, 6 spoons of fresh snow peas, 5 thick slabs of blue cheese. And you can hear that it's making you say a lot of different sounds while you're going through it. And I won't say the whole thing because I have some recordings that I wanted to share today as well. So one cool thing about this, when I was in class, I got to take this project where we were working on here. And one thing my teacher talked to us about was that if a family has been in a certain region for multiple generations, their accent is stronger and more specific. So like for these kinds of archives, you really want someone who's at least 3 generations in the same area, so that you know that's accurate to there. They aren't bringing in their accents from wherever else they would have lived. And so I realized through this project that I actually had a very unique family. Down in Southwest Arkansas, I have family that's been there for 3, 4, and 5, now 6th generation in the same town. And so their accent is very, very precise. It's specific to that area and it's very strong. And so I wanted to share some of that with you guys. And it might come through really quiet. We were working on this. So just let me know, or, maybe turn volume down, try to listen, but hopefully everyone's able to hear it pretty clearly. And so this is my grandmother. She lives in Gurdon, Arkansas. It's down near Arkadelphia, if you know the area.
Please call Stella. Ask her to bring these things with her from the store. 6 spoons of fresh snow peas, 5 thick slabs of blue cheese, maybe a snack for her brother Bob. We also need a small plastic snake and a big toy frog for the kids. She can scoop these things into 3 red bags, and we will go meet her Wednesday at the train station. Please.
All right, and then here's my uncle, so 4th generation, same town.
Please call Stella. Ask her to bring these things with her from the store. 6 spoons of fresh snow peas, 5 thick slabs of blue cheese, and maybe a snack for Brother Bob. We also need a small plastic snake, a big toy frog for the kids. She can scoop these things into 3 red bags, and we'll go meet her Wednesday at the train station.
All right. So that's my family, and I thought it was really cool. I got to do a project on them and talk about the accent, and we actually broke down the accent. So you'll see on when you come back to this website, if you were to think of someone that you want to do some accent you wanted to find, you'd come in here, and I was testing some out. So it's a big, long list of many, many very specific dialects and accents from all over the place, and it's really cool. So maybe just one that will definitely have a lot of options. So you see, if it's like a very common language, there's going to be a long list of people you can pick from, different ages, different regions of the country, that kind of thing. And then you click on somebody, and here they have the broken down, like the actual phonetic pronunciations for them, which is part of what I got to do for my project for my family. And then you can listen to these people speak as well.
Please call Stella. Ask her to bring these things with her from the store. 6 spoons of fresh snow peas, 5 thick slabs of blue cheese, and maybe a snack for her brother Bob. We also need a small plastic snack and a big toy box for the kids. She can put these things into 3 red bags, and we will go meet her Wednesday at the train station.
All right. So that is all I had to share. I just wanted to share with you guys a really cool resource to me, a place to go learn about the world very easily in a way that you can identify with, and maybe in a way you had never thought about before. So yeah, thanks for letting me guys share with you. I hope that some of you guys go out there, or maybe record yourself, get that paragraph and record yourself speaking it out, and then have your own accent and see how maybe it changes for yourself as time goes on. So anyway, thanks guys.
Thanks, Jude. That's so fascinating. I definitely can relate as somebody who's from the East Coast, and my accent gives me away, or people look at me sometimes like, where is she from? They can't necessarily place it. So I get it. Yeah. And it is a fascinating site. I've seen it before, and yeah, people should go check it out. Just click on different, states, I think. Yeah. So, okay, great. Thanks again. All right. Yeah. And so we had one announcement to make. We are definitely in need of MCs. I can tell you, as somebody who decided to join doing MC work with Oasis, it's not that hard, at least on the internet, because you can't really see people looking at you. Yeah, so you can kind of like disassociate a bit. So that's my plug for becoming an MC. And also, of course, we also still need community moment people. So please consider it. And you can get in touch with Mark Dixon for that. And I think Nikki would be happy to hear from anybody interested in MCing. Okay. Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead. I think that we might be going into breakout rooms. Yeah, and so for breakout rooms, this is a chance for you to get some coffee or stretch or say hello to whoever ends up randomly in your breakout room. Remember to keep it PG as little ears may hear. Yeah, so get ready to see some peeps, people.
Are you just gonna sit there with your camera on? That's really weird. Okay.
Hey, everybody. We've just returned from our breakout rooms. I hope you had a good time getting to see people, maybe meet new people, just have a chance to check in with your Oasis buds. All right, so next up we have Nicole coming back, Nicole Springer, to come back and do a second performance for us this lovely day. So whenever you're ready.
Yes, thank you. I can hear myself better with the headphones off, so that's why I do that for singing. But this next song is a love song of mine that I wrote about my wife and I, and just, it's nice to have love. I took a long time to find my person, but my gosh, was it worth it? And it's just amazing what love is. So it's worth writing about, and we're singing about too. So this one's called Love Never Rests. Love me like crazy, make me feel young again. My mind's not caught up yet to this moment, but my heart feels more than spent. And I'm spending what is left of my time, even when I'm fast asleep. My heart's beating for you, and it never skips a beat. No, no. The rhythm of this love, oh, it never seems to rest. No, 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 no. And it takes me over until I'm sure that I've given my best, my best. Your love never seems to rest. No, your love never seems to rest. No, 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 no. Count me in for whatever it is that makes you feel alive. We can stand out loud or just make our own corner and let the wild world pass us by. Oh, and I'm spending what is left of my time dancing to our dreams. I'm on fire for you, and I'm living for that heat. Oh yeah, 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 the rhythm of this love, oh, it never seems to rest. Oh yeah, and it takes me over until I'm sure that I've given my best, my best. Your love never seems to rest. Ooh, the rhythm of this love, oh, it never seems to rest. No, 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 and it takes me over until I'm sure that I've given my best, my best. Your love never seems to rest. Oh, no, 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 your love never seems to rest. No, 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 it keeps me up this low. Oh, no, no, your love never seems to rest. Whoa, oh.
Yeah, so fantastic as always. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank
Thank
you.
you. So do you think you're going to need a minute to get ready to talk, or are you okay where you're at to talk?
Yeah, I'm gonna switch my sound over, I think, and I'm gonna set the guitar down, and then yeah, I'm ready to go.
Okay, awesome.
Let's see here. All right. Check.
Okay, so I'd like to talk a little bit about no shame before we get started then. This would be a good time to do that. So in Nicole's early adulthood, she struggled with poverty, temporary homelessness, and crippling shame from both experiences. Nearly a decade later, and with the inspiration and support of other local activists, Nicole started No Shame. The main goal is to provide Kansas City's houseless and struggling communities free period products and hygiene items with no judgment or asked questions. No Shame works with multiple community partners in Kansas City, including Heroes, which hosts a weekly houseless picnic. No Shame aims to not only offer period-related resources to those in need, but also to destroy the stigma that surrounds periods and more about and houselessness. There is no shame in having a period or being houseless, period. You can find out more about No Shame and their mission at noshamekc.com. So yeah, welcome again, Nicole. We'd love to hear more about No Shame and what's happening.
For sure. Thank you so much, Genevieve. And thank you, Kansas City Oasis, the whole community, for an opportunity to share about No Shame and to share my music too. It's really an honor and a privilege to be here with you all this morning. So yeah, I'm going to give you a little bit of an overview. It's been about a year since I was last here at this meeting speaking. So just to fill you in on my background, so I started No Shame on August 31st of 2020. It was an interesting moment. It was a powerful moment. Just like everyone else in the pandemic, my life was flipped upside down with music and my career. And obviously all of us just worried about our health and our mental health and this slew of things. And in the midst of that, I came across a tweet, which seems silly, but the tweet said simply, normalize donating pads to homeless shelters. And it just kind of struck me in a big way because it brought back a lot of my own memories and experiences in dealing with housing instability and dealing with financial strain and some things that I dealt with in my younger years, about when I was 19, so about 17 years back. And I was blown away because I'd already been kind of volunteering with Kansas City Heroes, who are an amazing group. And I actually think Jennifer McCartney would be great to come and speak because they do some incredible work, and that she really helped plant the seed for me in the first place by hosting a houseless picnic. And so I reached out to her and I said, hey, I have specific memories of me stealing tampons from my work warehouse because I couldn't afford period products at that time. And I can only imagine if I had that struggle then, what are people going through now in the pandemic, and especially our houseless community. We have a housing crisis in this country, globally. And so I went to Jennifer and said, hey, I think I want to start something. I got to do something. This pandemic is just, it's hurting all of us. And the best thing I can do when I'm hurting is to try to give back. So she was super encouraging and supportive of it. And so on August 31st, I came up with the name No Shame because I'll be honest, I've been carrying the weight of shame for so many things. I don't think any of us should carry shame for our financial situation, for who we are, for who we love, and especially not for a natural body process. And so at the time I did a little research and I hadn't come across an organization like this. Although I do know now that there are several other organizations that are also trying to spread awareness about menstrual inequity, including Barrier Babes are an awesome one. So please, I know I'm not the only one who's sounding the alarms on this issue and trying to spread awareness, but I think the more people talking about it and trying to help, the better. So I started on August 31st, just kind of started showing up at some of the houseless picnics with period packs such as these. I'll go into our period packs and what that entails, but and found very quickly that while there's a serious need for period products for our houseless community, I found that there's a wide range of needs. And so we kind of expanded into having an umbrella of hygiene. So we have toothbrushes and toothpaste and soap, shampoo, conditioner, you name it. And I started going to the picnics with those items, and gradually over time, I started delivering to people because I found while our houseless community, of course, is the number one priority to make sure they have what they need, there's an underserved community. There's so many people that are underserved in Kansas City, and people that maybe even have a house, but they don't have a car, they don't have access, they don't have the funds to get period products when they need it. They have to choose between food and a period product, which I understand. Thankfully, it wasn't a long-term thing for me, but I know that, and that can bring a lot of shame and weight to a person. So I started doing deliveries to people. So from as far north as Platte City, as far south as Belton, trying to meet the needs there, and found that it's a huge need, and we need as many people spreading awareness about it. And so that was a big thing with No Shame. I know I can't save the world, and I'm doing the best that I can with what I have. We're not, we're not an official 501c. This is really grassroots. It's really just me and a few other people on my team, just trying to meet the needs that we can when we can, and also collecting donations and spreading awareness. And so that's a big part of what we do now, is to spread awareness, just to get the seed planted in people's minds of like what it means to be underserved, what it means to be houseless, what it means to not have dignity with your own body, and to be able to, take care of yourself in that way simply because of money and an economy that just doesn't serve people that don't already have money. So, so basically now I've had to kind of stop the home deliveries. The needs were just so great. And it was so hard to maintain just by myself doing that, 5-6 times a week, driving all over the city. So we really now are upping our game and trying to find organizations that are already in those cities and in those communities. And we can direct people straight to them so they can have access immediately versus waiting on me and my schedule. So for instance, Monday, I'll be doing, I think, our 5th or 6th drop off of period products to Operation Breakthrough. If you know of Operation Breakthrough, they've been in Kansas City for a long time. They serve thousands and thousands of families, and so we've been providing period products for the people in their network that could use them. And so I'll be actually doing a tour finally of the facility on Monday. That's going to be really cool. But we'll also be we have a group called Kansas Bhutanese Community Foundation. They're in Wyandotte County. They help Bhutanese refugees that have come in to the area. And so I'll be dropping off to them too. And we have some other organizations like Homeroom Health. They're right by, really close to Operation Breakthrough, and they provide medical and dental services for young adults, infants, and kids that don't have Medicaid or insurance at all. Phoenix Family, another great group, they provide resources and support for over 3,000 families in Kansas City, as well as they specialize with senior citizens. And so another part of our umbrella is we also collect, incontinence products and underwear and things like that. So we've donated to Phoenix Family some things for the seniors. And then obviously Kansas City Heroes, who I now go once a month to their picnic at Washington Square Park with period packs. And really our donation locations, we will accept pretty much anything that could help somebody survive on the streets. Unfortunately, whether it be hand warmers, it could be, we've had crocheted hats. I have a whole box of crocheted hats and scarves that just be people that, they don't have money to provide, but they can make that, and that can change somebody's life in a cold winter night here in Kansas City. So our focus is period health, menstrual health, and spreading that awareness. But my gosh, there's just so many needs. So we try to help as much as we can, when we can, and how we can. And in the last year, and I need to update our counts, we keep getting donations in, but we've received over 40,000 period product donations in a year, which I feel really good about. And I'm so happy. We've been able to donate a lot of those period products to people that desperately needed them. And so it just feels really good to know in a year we were able to accomplish that. But moving forward, like I said, we're really trying to hunker down and finding, whether it be a food pantry, whether it be, a closet, like a wardrobe closet, or kind of a pantry. We just want to find any type of community group that is reaching our underserved community and make sure they at least have period products on hand for anyone who needs them, because it also ends up being kind of like the last thing that people can think about. It's like they need food, they need water, of course. But period products, it becomes kind of a whisper. I've had people come up and say, do you have any pads or tampons? And again, that's where the no shame comes into it. I understand why they have that shame, because I've also heard negative things about periods and I don't, So again, it's kind of a multi-tiered thing of getting the products to people who need them and making sure we're trying to take the shame out of what a period is, because again, it's a natural body process and there's no reason why. Number one, I think period products should be free and available to anyone, but they're not. And so we're doing what we can. So yeah, our period products, this is kind of a standard one. It's just, we get these little knapsacks that are donated. We have an Amazon wish list. I think we can try to get that in the comments before before the meeting's over, but you can donate direct to our organization, just the items themselves. I don't really take a lot of monetary donations since we're not official, and I like to keep things very clear and transparent. So you can donate pads, tampons, we have razors, we have toothbrushes on that list, we have a lot of things. We do hygiene kits, but this is our period pack, and it comes with either tampons, pads, or a mix. And then we have Summer Eve's wipes that we include in them as well. And these have just been, they've been very, I don't know, we've gotten a lot of good feedback from people that these have been a wonder for people that can't afford them, which is, those are the people that we're trying to meet. So we've also had other groups. We had a polyamorous group, local group, provide us just a huge bag of these pad packs. People have dropped off their own, just these really nice little zip up packs here. And it would just, it's awesome. It's awesome. So you can even make these at home. We've also encouraged people to have little period pack parties. I've done a few parties with my twin nieces and my little nephew, and they just had a blast putting them together. And it's just a good way to kind of normalize the conversation about periods, and just to give back in a way that it just kind of goes under the radar. Period products, period health is kind of, it's one of the last things I think that is addressed. And I understand there's a lot of needs, but here at No Shame, that's kind of what we're addressing and what we're trying to make a difference about. So that's kind of the long and short of No Shame. Again, we're at noshamekc.com, so you can go there. Oh, we also forgot to mention, since we knew there was such a huge, just a plethora of needs out there that we aren't always able to meet. And we've gotten a lot of people asking for, do you have beds? Do you have furniture? Is there, can you help this family with getting their driver's license? All these different types of services you don't even think about. So what we did is one of our lead volunteers, Erica, created an extended resource guide. She found links to and divided it up by area in Kansas City, so people know where they can go if they need to see a dentist and they don't have insurance, or they know where to go. Domestic shelters, food pantries, all of those types of things, mobile clinics. We wanted to make sure we had a place where we could send people. So if we can't help, here are some options where maybe your needs can be met, and hopefully quickly. So that's where we are, just trying to do our best one day at a time, and try to make a difference. So just the basics. Yes. And we have, we've gotten donations. Well, I don't know if we got them directly from Just the Basics, but we got a donation of tons of samples of shampoo and conditioner, tons, which have been awesome in our hygiene kits at the houseless picnics. And they had Just the Basics written on them. So, so kind of directly, we have worked with Just the Basics, but they're great too. There's so many organizations. And I had somebody recently say, well, there's other groups that address period health and menstrual inequality. And I think it's amazing. I think there should be no shortage of organizations that try to meet the needs of our underserved in our houseless community, particularly in the midst of a pandemic and economic crisis. So please feel free. Micah Ministry. Okay. Oh, thank you. That was Micah Ministry. I'm going to check them out. I'm always trying to reach out to organizations to see who could use these period products, or who could use a huge donation of toothbrushes and toothpaste. People that are really that have outreach, or organizations that have outreach and are really going to be able to get these products somewhere. Because I don't want them here at my house. I want them to people that need them. So please hit me up if you know of an organization, if you know a family that we could help. Whatever it is, let us know. We'll do our best to try to meet the need. And I really appreciate the opportunity to talk about this. I'm super passionate. Like I mentioned, when I was 19, I found myself houseless multiple times. And it's a traumatizing thing to go even a day without a place to sleep or knowing where you're going to lay your head. It's there's just so much involved, and that's why No Shame. We really want to take the shame out of all the struggles that people have. It is not something to be ashamed of. It's not. It's something that we want to remove the stigma, as I said. So, anyways, before I keep rambling, if you have any questions or anything like that, any suggestions, any ideas for people that organizations we can reach out to, please let me know. And thank you so much for letting me share my heart on No Shame.
Thanks so much, Nicole. I think what we'll do is, if you have a question, we can put it into the chat. I took a few notes. So I was thinking about the recent cold snap we had, and suddenly everybody's like, I'm too cold. So I think about that, like, it's only the beginning, and like,
Yeah.
this is a very good time to be thinking about, especially as the holidays come, we all get into that, like giving spirit. And so,
Mhm.
yeah. And also I noticed, like, with the makeup bag, I know a lot of people that like get Ipsy or those kinds of makeup, they always end up getting another makeup bag. So that seems like if you've got some around, that would be the perfect thing to make your own kit to donate.
Yes, exactly. We've had people just drop off whole bags of Ipsy bags. Ipsy bags are a big one. I guess people get a lot of those. They don't need them anymore, but we can use them. We love to pack those. And it's really cool to hand those out at the picnics and for someone to be like, oh, this bag is so cute. I thank you. They get the bag, and it's a good vibes all around. So yes, we have 8 different donation locations. If you are interested in dropping off a scarf that you've handmade, if you have some extra hand warmers from that Chiefs game that you went to, whatever you got, if we get it, we're going to take it to someone who can use it. So we have donation locations across the metro. If you don't mind, I'll list those real quick because Jason, thank you, Jason. Lost Evenings Brewing in Lenexa, the Big Rip Brewing up in the north, both Mission Taco locations, so South Plaza and the Crossroads. Hoy Supply out in my hometown of Oak Grove, if you're out that way. And oh my goodness, we've got a few others. I'm going blank. 10,000 Villages in Overland Park. They're a great place, and their store generally they help with crafters from across the world and trying to ease poverty across the world. So they're great too. But yes, please, we'll take your Ipsy bags. Just drop them off anytime. We'll get them.
Super. And then, like, hopefully it would be awesome if we could also put that list on the Facebook page to, like, add to the end of our meeting today, and all the extras that maybe people are thinking about. This is so great. I love this list. If you don't shop, okay, yeah. So these are great locations if you don't, go on Amazon and check out their wish list. Yay, and somebody's already saying they will.
Oh, thank you, Jason. Yeah, that's the list there. There we go.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, like, for a week or a month, do you have an idea of, like, approximately how many bags you end up donating, like maybe monthly or weekly?
It really varies because it's based on when organizations say, yes, we need more. Can you bring them? So it really varies, but Operation Breakthrough, when we drop off to them, we usually do 100 at a time. And like I said, I think this will be our 5th drop off. So, 500 packs that we've given them, and each pack has about 20 tampons and or 20 pads. So we're trying to give people enough to get them through at least a month of a period, if not, 2 months, but everybody's got a different flow, without going into too much detail, but I'm just saying we all have our own body and our own process. Right. And it's hard just to meet exact needs, but we do our best. But yeah, it varies month to month based on the needs, but I go fully equipped to every picnic with at least 20 to 30 packs, and those usually get picked over. But our hygiene kits, and that's why, I know I'm focused on the period products, but if you have bulk razors, if you have bulk, like tiny bars of soap, if you worked at a hotel and you've got like some box of shampoos that, you don't know what to do with, we'll take them. I'll put in our hygiene kits, and those will be gone in less than a half an hour.
Razors are super expensive too. So I can imagine, that kind of stuff is just hard to get your hands on when you've got other things to take care of, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, kids at high school. Perfect. That's a great idea. Somebody said to consider dropping off kids at high schools. Excuse me. If you know Care Beyond the Boulevard, they actually have like a medic truck van that they do stops all over the city, but they also work with high schools, underserved high school students. And we've worked with high schools in the area, underserved areas too. And they love the packs. And it's just, again, it's just a need that for some reason we don't talk about it. And so then it doesn't really get addressed the way it needs to. So yeah, high schools are great. I need to do some cycles and start reaching out more, but those are great ideas. Okay. Oh, well then let me know. I can get you, you supply your room with period. Let me know. I will get you some period packs. No problem. For your classroom, just let me know. We'll get them to you. And are we looking for more volunteers? Yeah. I mean, right now I'm with music. Music has been insane. And I've kind of become the main supporter of my family this year. So yes, we could use more volunteers, if especially with making period packs, so then I can get things out faster. So if you're interested in helping make packs, you want to make packs at home and then coordinate with me to drop them off, or you want to come to the picnic with me, we can do some outreach together. Just let me know. I'm definitely open to having more people join.
Awesome. Okay, so I had a question. Maybe this is too not basic enough, but I was thinking about underwear and like specifically, you know, these newfangled underwear. What are your thoughts about period underwear? And like, you know, is that the new direction we're all going as far as menstruation, or what is your thought? I'm just curious of that being a
I
thing.
think it is. I mean, I think it is. I think it's definitely the most environmentally probably safe option, and it's probably better for our bodies anyways versus something disposable that's, you know, but there, you know, it's, I mean, I guess I haven't used them myself, but I've heard great feedback from some of my volunteers who do use them. And I'd love to get that going. I'd love to get a huge donation of that type of thing and be able to start offering those up to people, especially for our houseless community who don't always know when they're going to have access to a shower or to a restroom to you know, to have that dignity with their body. So period underwear, I need to know more about it, honestly. So do you have any insight? Should we?
Me too. It's like a new thing. My best friend was telling me like a couple months ago that she has gotten different kinds to try out, and all of them so far she's been happy with. So it's kind of a neat thing. You know, not everybody knows about it yet, but it's like, oh, maybe that's you know, going to be a good direction. Like, you know, thinking in the big picture, you know, or like later in life, you know, when things continue to keep the momentum for No Shame continues, you know, maybe big donations could lead to cool underwear, but you know, just yeah.
Yes, and cups too. I mean, the period cups. We've had some donations of that, but again, it's like that's great, right? That's great because you can go almost all day and you don't have to worry about it. But again, if you don't have a place to clean yourself and to clean it and to, you know, that's just the next step that we don't always think about because we have the privilege of going to a bathroom when we want to. So the underwear, yeah, I'm all for that. I think it's an amazing option, and I just need to do my research and try it myself too. You know, I mean, I still have, you know, I was raised where we didn't talk about periods. Nobody explained it to me. I got a book thrown at me and figure it out, you know? So I'm still kind of unraveling my preconceived notions about periods and opening up to new avenues like the period underwear. So I'm going to look into it for sure. Absolutely.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, so far, I don't think we have any other comments or questions. So I think, yeah, I'd like to talk maybe a little bit more about Oasis for a minute and give Nicole a break. Okay. Yeah, so let's talk for a second about donations for Oasis as well. So Oasis is a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and we are entirely volunteer staffed and donation funded. Our program today is just a part of the wide range of informational, educational, and motivational speakers we offer most Sundays. If you appreciate what you've heard and seen, please consider making a donation. There are several ways to donate. We are credit and debit card, we have credit and debit card donations by text at 816-839-7656, which is probably also on our webpage, and you can put in the dollar amount you'd like to give. Recurring weekly or monthly donations can be set up online through Simple Give. If you go to our website, kcoasis.org, and click on Donate at the top of the home page. So it looks like Nicole was able to zip right back to the musician part of our presentation today, and you know, getting her guitar ready too. So we'd love to hear some more awesome magical music from Nicole today. Yeah.
All right. Whoop. Thank you all again so much for having me. Again, I'm just really humbled and honored to have the opportunity to be a double feature here. Sorry, I hope you're not tired of me yet. But this is my last song for this, and I really appreciate it. This one's called Chase the Light. And like I said a little earlier, my music is really my mental health journey. Every song I write really has a purpose in my life, and this one is no different. This song has kind of helped me to see the light in life, to stay positive, and to just go for the joy. So I hope you enjoy it. It's called Chase the Light. I feel a warmth inside of me. Feels like a sun-soaked morning with blazing rays of joy within. I never knew I could be free again. No, no. I fought that cold wind far too long, and battle storms that rage on and on. I pushed through the gloom despite my fear, and that silver line came in bright and clear. My peace of mind is overdue. I feel it just ahead of me. So let those dark clouds roll on through. I'll chase the light that I can see. I'll chase the light that I can see. Oh, I wake up to a new day's glow. Embrace a future still unknown. No shadow of doubt can hold me down, 'cause I'm standing in the sunshine now, and hope lives in the early hours. So I keep my eyes set on the east. I know myself, I am unbound. I'll chase the light that I can see. I'll chase the light that I can see. Keep your eyes set on the east. You know yourself, you are unbound. Go chase the light that you can see. Go chase the light that you can see. And I'll chase the light that I can see.
Hey everybody, please unmute so we can give a very audio specific clap. Yay!
Thank you so much.
Great. So Nicole, can I talk to you for a minute?
Of course.
Yeah, okay. So there's a couple of things. Jason would like to know how you got started in music and who were are your influences.
Yeah, for sure. So, well, music is pretty much the oldest thing in my life. My earliest memory is singing. I've been singing since I was 3 or 4. I did my first pageant when I was 4 and won it. Won that thing. So I didn't know what I was doing, but I did it. And from there, it just was very apparent I had a passion even that young. And so I've been singing my whole life. I've done pageants and talent shows. I've done the national anthems, grew up in gospel choir, weddings, all the things. Went to college for a year and was starting to do that. And like I mentioned earlier, I was disowned for being a queer person, and put music on hold for about 5 or 6 years, really. And then came back, started a band, and I've been going at it ever since, with some bumps in the road, of course. But I'm here today, and I'm happy for that. And my influences, my biggest influence as far as how I sing, as far as how I express myself through singing, is Janis Joplin. There's not anybody, I don't think, in the world who sang with as much passion as her that I've seen yet. So she's a huge influence. But I also just love I love Motown. I love CCR. The Beatles, obviously. I like a lot of music. So my influences range hugely. I can appreciate most genres. And as far as what I write, I write whatever comes, really. I don't plan songs generally. I just let them come out. So there's that.
I think your songs make really a helpful extra to a person's mental health toolkit, because the songs like that last one about letting in the light, like that's something I think that's just really good to tweak our brains, to move forward in a positive way. And that would really, kind of propel me anyway with a song like that to stay focused, on the good stuff. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I used to think positive songs were kind of cheesy, but that's because I was very deeply unhappy. And so now to be coming out of that and to be able to write a song that is about being happy and, living in the light, these kind of what could be a cheesy sentiment in the past now is like a practice of my life. So I'm so glad that you can hear that in it. So that's awesome.
Great. Yeah. And can we find out more about like what future events you'll be going to and
yes.
tell us more about what's happening musically for you?
Sure. So I'm a full-time musician in Kansas City, which keeps me pretty busy, but I do cover shows a lot. Like you mentioned, I sing other people's songs. I have a blast singing, so it's fun either way. But so like I was at Town Center Plaza last night. I'm playing every weekend. You can find my schedule at NicoleSpringerSings.com or Facebook or any of those things. Oh, and play. Yes, I did. I have a new band. They're pretty awesome, and we opened for Melissa Etheridge last month, and my first show of 2022 will be with my band, just us at the Gospel Lounge in Knuckleheads. So that's going to be really, as heartfelt of a show as I've ever given. I'm planning on it. I have my piano right here. I'm playing piano for the first time in like 14 years or something like that, live. So I would love to see people there. It'll be limited seats. So I'll throw in the ticket link in here in case anybody wants to, but otherwise, yeah, I'm playing all over until I go to Nashville in December. So you can find my schedule at Nicole Springer Sings. I haven't announced it yet, but I'm releasing a new single at the start of the year. Actually, Chase the Light, the one I just played, is going to be my next single. And we'll be filming a video documenting my whole Nashville trip, and that'll be the music video for it. So I would love for you to join me on the journey. You can find me at Nicole Springer Sings on all the socials. And again, it's an honor to be here. Thank you, Jason, for helping me plan this and being at the show last night. It was so good to see you. And yeah, if you got any other questions, just let me know. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and everybody make sure you check chat because there's a lot of links over there. You can scroll up and see other ones if you need to, depending what you want to learn more from Nicole about. Yeah. Thank you so much, Nicole. It was awesome to hear about No Shame and of course hear you sing. And Jude, thank you also for your community moment. It's always cool to learn about accents. Also in our private group. I'm not sure what that means. Okay. 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 So the private group that we have on Facebook, you can also see the links there as well. Okay. Thanks for that, Jason. Yeah. And so thank you both for being here today, and for Jason for helping with music, and for Nikki helping with the mechanics. I appreciate that very much. Have a great day, everybody. We're going to go ahead and close. I don't know, maybe somebody can keep things open if people